This video is a sample from my mini course, How to Make a Coiled Pendant. If you'd like to get the whole mini course and the pendant kit, click the link in the description. In this tutorial, I'm going to be using all of the colors that come in the kit, but you don't have to. I'm going to be starting with light and going darker. You can choose however you like. On my pendant, I used one coil wrap for each color. As you plan your project, you might want to think about how you want to incorporate your colors. If you do one coil per each color, it'll turn out to be about 2 inches wide, or 5 centimeters. When I prepare the cord for you, I put a little dab of glue on the end to make it easier for you to get started. You'll find that you can take out the thread at the top here, remove it from the top part. And I like to measure, about a yard. We'll take the tapestry needle and we will thread it with the silk thread. The first thing we're going to do is tie the silk thread around the cording. Just one loop will do of tying, because it's basically just to hold it in place. Try to get your knot as close to the end of the cord as possible. Now take the shorter end and lay it down with the cording. The other end will wrap. So as you wrap, try to wrap the thread as close to the one you wrapped before it, so you're covering up the cording. After about 30 wraps, we're going to bend it over into a coil. Like so. Now the next step is we're going to start stitching down through this hole. So hold that coil in place, bring your needle up through the hole, and then wind it all the way around. And stitch down to the hole again. We're going to keep stitching all the way around. And believe me, it gets easier. This is the hardest part, is the start. Now make sure when you're wrapping that you're covering up that cord. So I'm going to push this one over a little bit because it wasn't quite covering it up. Now this thread is just left over from the beginning and we've secured it quite well, so we can clip it off now. Now let me take a moment to show you what we're aiming for. This is what it's going to look like in just a little bit more time. You'll see that I have filled in the whole center, and then we're going to start wrapping around the outer edge. That hole that I've got going in the middle here, it gets all covered up. because we're going to have so much bulk with the silk yarn. My thread is getting a little short. It's time to start a new thread. I'm going to tie a knot in the end of a new thread. And then I lay it right on top of the cording that we're wrapping. So it's actually going to be a part of what we're wrapping. I've run out of thread, so I'm going to let this end lay down as though it's part of the cording and take the new thread and start winding with it. This is where the knot is helpful, because with the knot here, you don't have to worry about pulling it through. It's holding it in place. We'll snip it off in just a couple of more winds. My winding thread has gotten quite short. So what I'm going to do is wind it 2 times around the cord. Or 3 if it makes you happy. Now I'll take the new thread and start winding with it. Now as I pull on it, I don't have to worry because I've got a little knot there and that's going to keep it from pulling through. Otherwise, it would just pull all the way through and I'd be sorry. And now we can snip off that little knot on the back. And keep wrapping. This was the first lesson in the tutorials that come along with the coil pendant kit. If you'd like to get a kit of your own and learn more, click the link in the description and see all of the colorways in the pendant kit. We'll see you there.